Now I know that some of you have been disappointed by the lack of golf on the PC Engine, but don't worry, we're making it up to you starting now. And that's because the PC Engine got 6 golf games in 1989, so we're going to be hitting the links pretty often. And first up for golf is Winning Shot, the first PC Engine game from Data East. Despite being one of the larger publishers of the 1980s and 90s, they're not going to do much on the PC Engine. Just 6 hue cards and they're out. And please note that Data West, who also publishes some PC Engine games, is a completely different company. You might ask yourself, why are there so many golf games on the PC Engine in 1989? And there's actually a bit of significance to that. Golf gained a lot of popularity in Japan following World War II, and as the economy boomed in the 80s, so did the demand for golf. A demand that became so great that in 1987 Japan changed some of its laws regarding land use, opening up much more area to be developed as golf courses. Hundreds of new resorts with attached golf courses began development all across the country, and that's the environment that Winning Shot was released into. Of course, most of those resorts would never get completed, as they were funded by easy money in the bubble era, gobbling up investors due to land speculation, and then the development on these golf courses all falls apart, taking huge amounts of money with them. These failing developments weren't the only cause of the collapse of Japan's bubble economy, but they were definitely part of the tapestry. Hey, let's jump back to 1989, where things could only keep going up, except golf scores, those kept going down. Winning Shot is a fairly bare-bones golf game. You're offered your choice of a single round by yourself, match play where you're trying to win each hole, and tournament play, where you're competing in a tournament and have to play the same course multiple times. Shot mode and tournament mode can be played by up to 4 players, while match mode only allows 2. You have your choice of 6 different golfers, and they're rated on 5 stats each, so if you hit button 2 when you're selecting one of them, you can reassign their stats freely. The 5 stats are Power, which is how far you'll drive the ball, Control, which is how accurate your shots are, Spin, which determines how effective putting spin on the ball is, Putting, which of course is your accuracy on the green, and then Full Power, which is how likely you are to get a boost when you hit the top of the swing meter. Winning Shot has one 18-hole course, and the course is not a realistic one. Oh, the first few holes are normal, but you'll soon get things with impossible geometry, or wanting you to land on tiny islands, or shoot the ball over a cliff. The course is going to be tricky to learn, and everything is going to be a little bit dependent on your golfer's stats anyways. As you take a shot, you can hit button 1 to scroll around the entire hole, which will give you a better idea of where everything lies. When you're teeing off, you first have to select where on the tee you're going to shoot from, and then you hit button 2 in order to advance to the regular swing interface. You can't go back to the tee adjustment, but it's not going to make a big difference. You'll notice that everything is played from an overhead view. Most golf games at this point gave you some kind of view from the course, showing you the golfer and what they could see. So Winning Shot is actually a little bit primitive compared to other golf games at this point. On the swing interface, you first select your club, then hit button 2 to advance. Next is your spin, and spin plays a pretty significant role here. You can use top spin to get the ball to roll a bit further after it lands, or backspin if you want it to stop a little bit short, and a bit of left or right spin if you want the ball to curve in flight. You can see the wind meter below that, unless you're putting, in which case you see the angle of the green. All of the greens only slope in one direction, and there's 2 different degrees of slope shown by the size of the arrow. After you go past the spin, you can adjust your aim, and then hit button 2 to start your backswing. Just hit button 2 again when the bar reaches the power that you want. There's no second button push for determining how you connect with the ball. If you strike at the very top of the meter, you'll get a little smiley face, That's how you know you've made a shot that has a chance of getting the full power bonus. Well, in the course, I found the bunkers and the rough to be a little bit variable in how they affect your shot, and that's something that was pretty common for golf games of this era. It does make it difficult if you're trying to chip something in, though. Winning Shot is a pretty obscure game in Japan. In fact, let me read every single comment that I found regarding the game. I loved Winning Shot. The sharp colors of the PC Engine were extremely refreshing. And there you go, that's it. That was the only one. And that comment was from a video that was a montage of PC Engine games. That one commenter seems to be the only person online who even remembers Winning Shot exists. Can't really blame anyone for forgetting it either. Winning Shot is pretty mediocre as far as golf games go. It is the minimum viable product of a golf game. I will say this for Winning Shot, it has me looking forward to the next 5 golf games, because they've got to be better than this.